All right, welcome to the Explainer. You know, some stories they really stick with you, and this is definitely one of them. We're about to break down a terrifying story that happens in the dead of night, on a train platform where, believe me, the past is very, very much alive.
So let me ask you something. Picture this, okay? It's 3 in the morning. You're on a train, and it grinds to a halt at this completely deserted station. It's pitch black, totally silent. What's the first thing that goes through your mind?
And that's when you hear it. A whisper from an old man to another passenger. Be quiet. Don't say anything. Those two witches are outside. I mean, chills, right? This isn't just some random quiet station. Oh no. This place has a secret. And whatever is out there, it has everyone else on that train absolutely terrified.
And inside that train car, it's like a switch is flipped. Windows are slammed shut. Nobody says a word. You can just feel the air get heavy with this unspoken dread. It's clear the regular passengers know something that the new folks don't, and they are literally hiding from it.
Okay, so let's get into the heart of it, the midnight train. This is where we meet a young guy named Raghav. He's just traveling with his family, heading home to Saharanpur. And he's the one who kind of looks around and thinks, wait a minute, why is it so quiet here? He's the first to really notice how creepy this unscheduled stop is.
So Raghav's looking out the window, and what does he see? Well, pretty much nothing. The station is a total ghost town. No one's getting on, no one's getting off. The only signs of life are these two figures, a woman selling tea and a garbage collector. He's just kind of taking it all in, totally clueless that he's staring right at the source of all the horror.
And then the tea seller walks up to his window. Now remember, everyone else is hiding, but Raghav, he doesn't feel the fear in the air. He's just thirsty. So he does the one thing everyone else is avoiding. He opens the window. Just a simple act, right? Looking for a warm drink, but wow, what a fatal mistake.
And bam, in a split second, everything changes. The second he reaches for the tea, she grabs his hand. That friendly face, it just melts away. And what's left is this horrifying witch. Her grip is like a steel trap. And just like that, Raghav's quest for tea has become a desperate fight for his life.
And it gets worse. That other figure on the platform, the garbage collector, they reveal their true form too. The two of them, they just brutally kill Raghav right there in front of everyone. The other passengers can only watch in absolute horror as his screams are just cut off. And then the train starts to move again, leaving his body behind on that haunted platform.
So the train is pulling away, and everyone inside is just shaken to their core. And the big question hanging in the air is, who or what were they? As everyone's trying to process what they just saw, that same old man, the one who tried to warn them, he finally begins to tell the station's dark, dark story.
All right, let's dive into the backstory here. A sister's story. See, this haunting isn't random at all. The old man starts telling them about two sisters, Rita and Sita, who showed up at this exact same station only a few months before.
So, Rita and Sita, they were completely alone in the world. Their parents had passed away, and their only hope, their only family left, was an uncle who lived in the city. So they were on this train, heading towards what they hoped was going to be safety, but you can just imagine how scared and worried they must have been. And this is where their story takes a horrifying turn. They get off the train at this same deserted station just because they're hungry. Rita goes to ask the garbage collector for some water, and she's lured away into a dark room and murdered. When her sister Sita realizes what's happening, the tea seller helps the garbage collector murder her too. It was a trap, and they were killed by the very same people who just attacked Raghav.
And here's the key. Their murders were never solved. No one was ever brought to justice. And that profound injustice is what trapped their spirits here. They became these vengeful ghosts, just doomed to repeat the violence they suffered over and over on anyone who happens to be at that station at 3 a.m.
So, let's talk about the quest for peace. This is where the old man reveals why he's really on this train. See, he's not just some random passenger who knows the story. He's actually from their village, Sambalpur, and he's on a mission to find a way to free the souls of Rita and Sita and finally put an end to this haunting.
He basically becomes a detective, right? He starts by visiting the sister's family home. And there, their aunt, Urmila, gives him this mysterious address she found in her late husband's pocket. He follows the lead, and it takes him to a powerful mystic, a tantric baba, someone who can actually communicate with the other side. And this is the twist that changes everything. The tantric reveals the devastating truth. It wasn't a random attack. The sisters were murdered on the orders of their own uncle, Nathulal, the one person they were going to for help. And why? Greed. He wanted to steal their land.
And talk about poetic justice, or maybe karma. When Nathulal heard that his nieces had become these terrifying, vengeful ghosts, the shock and the guilt, and probably the sheer terror, it literally gave him a fatal heart attack. But even though he paid a price, it didn't bring any peace to Rita and Sita's tormented souls.
So now we come to the final act, justice and liberation. Armed with the horrible truth, the old man and the tantric baba head back to that station. They know what they have to do. To end this cycle of violence, they have to face the spirits head-on. It's time for the final confrontation.
And sure enough, right at 3 a.m., they appear. And they are just pure rage. Their voices are screaming with pain and vengeance. They aren't looking for peace, they're ready to kill again. They're basically forces of nature at this point.
But the tantric, he's smart. He doesn't try to fight fire with fire. Instead, he uses the one weapon they can't defend against, the truth. He tells them exactly what happened, why they were killed, and who was behind it. And then, he summons the spirit of the man who ordered their deaths.
And there he is. The spirit of their uncle, Nathulal, appears right in front of them. He's weeping, begging them for forgiveness. He confesses everything, the greed, the betrayal, the horrible mistake he made. He admits to the crime that doomed all of them to this nightmare.
And hearing that confession, it's the key. It's the one thing they needed all along, justice. You can almost feel their burning rage just cool down. It's replaced by this sense of peace. And for the first time, they're ready to let go. They're ready to move on.
So the tantric performs one last ritual. He sprinkles some holy water, and just like that, the spirits of Rita and Sita dissolve. Their souls are finally free from that station, free from their pain. The long, terrifying haunting of Sambalpur station is over.
You know, at the end of it all, the old man says something that really hits home. He says, the truth is, often our own people betray us. And that's really the chilling takeaway here, isn't it? It's a powerful and honestly a scary reminder that sometimes the greatest danger doesn't come from a monster in the dark, but from the people we're supposed to be able to trust the most.